The cycle industry is going through a revolution, and Westminster Wheels is going to be at the forefront of getting more people on bikes affordably. Young people from the borough of Westminster between the ages of 17 and 24, they can get a City and Guilds qualification in bike repair and also a customer service qualification. To get a free qualification and a really supportive, nurturing environment to get that qualification is really important. We collect bikes that would have ended up in landfill. We bring them into the workshop, we strip, clean and refurbish from the tyres up, so when the bikes are finished they're even better than new. We've donated bikes to the Marlborough Bangladeshi Society, Impact, PDT, Greenhouse Sports, Young People and Children's Centres. It's in partnership between Westminster Council, Groundworks and Cycle Confident. It's really vibrant, everyone's really friendly, and we've made loads of connections with all the local organisations, all the stall holders and shopkeepers. It's been fantastic. People are very keen to see us set up.
I've been working for Westminster for about 3 months. I've made new friends, like the people that I work with in the shop. I like to get these challenges because I get to learn to work on different bikes and see how different bikes work.
I feel like it's helped me in a lot of ways. It's given me confidence in myself, and with learning new skills I feel like I can take things on, pick things up better. I've learned a lot about myself in terms of how I can fit into certain industries, you know.
So 4 days a week I'm working with a food bank, and I'll be taking food parcels to people who can't leave the house for whatever reason. I sort of go home at the end of the day thinking, yeah, I've really done something today.
Launched this month is an incredible partnership, a framework to completely transform the Oxford Street district. A £150 million commitment by the City Council that will leverage up to billions of pounds in capital investment by businesses here to really take the nation's high street into the next century and actually transform everything from what businesses actually are here, what customers can experience, to sustainability, to prioritising the pedestrian, to actually getting Londoners to fall back in love with this part of London. So this real commitment to meet net zero for the City of Westminster by 2040. Customers are going to come back to a much greener Oxford Street district by putting in more planters, more greening, more seating, cleaning up the air. So actually getting the public transport electric, getting all the freight and waste in vehicles consolidated, reducing and getting everything electric. These are really tangible deliverables that we can all play our part in delivering in the next 5 years. This has to be a partnership led by the City Council with businesses, whether they're property owners, the businesses trading in the area and our local communities. Only by working together are we really going to crack the future of the Oxford Street district and become one of the smartest districts in the world.
So the Crown Estate have recently launched our corporate net zero commitment, which means that we are committed to becoming a net zero carbon business by 2030 and climate positive thereafter. So what that means within a Westminster context is we're focusing very much on how we can decarbonise our real estate and some of the activities associated with it. Wild West End is an initiative that the Crown Estate initiated back in 2015, and what we sought to do is working in partnership with, at the time, 4 other West End landowners, look at how we can improve the quality and quantum of green infrastructure across the West End. We at the Crown Estate have focused predominantly at rooftop level, so we have a number of green roofs, allotment gardens that some of our customers can get access to, but more recently we have looked at what we can do within our public realm. So we've launched a public realm greening scheme on Regent Street, which includes over 330 planters and 60 trees at street level. We believe that air quality and carbon emissions do go hand in hand, and an example of that is our freight consolidation scheme that we've been operating since 2008. The Regent Street and St James's Food Waste Pledge is a pledge that we initiated and launched in May 2019 with 12 other restaurateurs across our estate. And essentially what we've committed to is a 25% reduction of food waste between 2019 and 2020.
Westminster Connect started at the beginning of the pandemic. to help vulnerable people in the borough. Beginning of the lockdown, I think there was the big request for volunteers. I saw a notice from Westminster saying they were looking for volunteers, and I think, like a lot of people, I just wanted to do something to help out. And this was one way of doing it, actually, was through the borough, and it was local as well. But Berkeley Hotel was actually one of the first places I came to volunteering. So Easter weekend, I came here and collected crates of prepared food from a fast 5-star kitchen, and then was part of the delivery of that out to residents. But what I found is you actually start to realise how many communities there are out there, and how many people actually just want to help each other but never are offered the chance normally. General spirit among the volunteers and the coordinators, I think, is actually we're all in it, we're all learning together. You actually start building up a relationship with the residents, and it's not like having a 10-minute conversation, but just actually a connection with them. And generally I found that people are just so, say, appreciative, so welcoming all the way through.
Digital Futures was set up to respond to the digital exclusion emergency that we found ourselves in when the coronavirus pandemic hit. The impact on young people has been immense. What we were finding is that many families just had one smartphone at home, and many children were sharing one smartphone to do their learning. So how the project's worked is we've been fundraising together. We were able to tap into £500,000 Section 106 monies from the council, and also 5 local businesses have donated to the project. Thank you to all those businesses who've donated. 37 schools in Westminster have benefited from the project, and to date 1,400 young people have received new devices for them to use at home. One school who's benefited greatly from this project is Gateway Academy, which is a large primary school here in Church Street. Gateway Academy have received over 100 laptops and Chromebooks through the Digital Futures project. One example of one family who benefited through the Digital Futures project, Jamal Uddin, who's a young ambassador with Young Westminster Foundation, shared with us last week that his 4 siblings have all received laptops through the project. Prior to the project and receiving the devices, the family were reliant on one old computer for 4 children and the families to undertake learning and working from home, which wasn't sustainable and didn't allow the children to engage properly with their education. As well as the laptops, broadband connectivity is provided for the families who need it. Connectivity is obviously a massive issue, as well as the devices. And the connectivity is provided through a number of sources, including through Community Fibre, who are offering free broadband to families who are in eligible postcodes, through telephone providers who are offering increased data allowances, and also through the Wi-Fi routers provided through the Department of Education. The programme's been fantastic. Every device we've given out is a story within itself, and each device has made a massive impact for thousands of families within Westminster. The Digital Futures project has been an excellent example of an innovative partnership in Westminster of charities, the council and businesses and schools all working together to support young people through the crisis.